I hope everyone's doing well. Thanks for joining and welcome back. I've got some articles here that I raised a key point to you guys about 3 weeks ago, and we noticed details, very deep, analytical, factual information that no other guru can even come close to touching or seeing. The most that other gurus are able to tell you right now is that we're close. Okay, we reveal that to you with complete factual information so that you as an investor are not misled within this investment. So right now on Intel, on everything, we're batting pretty much 100% accuracy. So let's get into this. So 3 weeks ago, I made something very clear to you. I laid some information out for you with kind of the step-by-step plays and actions that we want, how we want to see the news unfold, and the directions we want it to go, and the reasons why. So let's get into that. 3 weeks ago, I had shared with you that what we want to see is, we knew there's basically kind of two key things upcoming that we're looking for. One is the big meeting between Kurdistan and Baghdad. Okay, at this meeting, they're going to come into agreement on the HCL, Article 140, and resolve all their differences, come into agreement on that, and also the budget numbers, okay, or budget monies that would be the portions for Kurdistan, as well as oils for Baghdad. So we need to see all this get agreed upon and be resolved. And here's what I said to you. I said that kind of after this meeting, we don't want to see a lot of other news or new steps and new directions that Iraq is going, or new tasks that they're starting and launching, okay? We want to see that meeting come to an end. We want to see the news get quiet. And then we want to see the news just slowly transition into the formation of the government. So far right now, we are batting 100% accuracy on this. So let's look into these articles. So roughly, here's an article from Wednesday, and it talks about how there was a senior delegation from Baghdad that went to Erbil. Erbil is Kurdistan, okay, or northern Iraq. And what they're saying in this article is that the high-level delegation went there as scheduled, okay? I'll put all these articles, most of these articles you guys have already seen. They're just kind of throughout this week. But all these articles will be at the very end of this video if you want to check them out. Okay, they'll be there for you to review. So this is where they actually met. And then the second article, okay, talks about, you guys saw this article on Thursday morning. Barzani made an announcement after he met with after he met with Baghdad. And he's just announcing that Iraq is now unified, and they're able to work together and get along. And now they're basically a unified Iraq. But I don't want you guys to forget, okay, there's not all of you guys are going to remember this. And I don't have the old article. I'd have to dig it up. Don't forget, back on February 27th of this year, my long-timers will remember this. They actually had the national meeting where they announced they were unified, and all government officials met. And again, they announced that they are unified and a unified Iraq. They did that back on February 27th of this year. Okay? So because of that meeting from February 27th where they announced they were unified, my opinion, again, it's my opinion, that the government is most likely already formed and complete, just not publicly announced. Remember, the formation of the government to the CBI is the linchpin to the rate change. Okay? So they have to officially announce the formation and completion of the government to change the rate. Okay? So I'm not telling you that the government's just done. It's actually not done till it's announced. I think it's, my personal opinion is that it's formed and complete, waiting to be publicly announced. Okay? So again, in the second article, this is where Taliban came out and announced that they're a unified Iraq and so forth. Okay, and again, all these articles, you will see them at the end of this video. Then here's two more articles from Thursday talking about, and those first two articles is where they talked about the Kurdistan-Baghdad meeting. These articles are where they're now transitioning into the formation and completion of the government. That's what I'm trying to show you. This one talks about Parliament to resolve the education minister and what they might do with it. Okay, and then the last article, or the fourth one, it's by Sauter, and he's basically saying that that there may be a cabinet reshuffle and they may sack 5 ministers who are not performing and doing their job correctly. Okay, so again, all these articles at the very end, you can check them out. But basically, that's what I wanted to show you right now, is that what I personally guesstimated that the direction we wanted to see this to go. Okay, it's happening at 100% accuracy, so we're looking really good. Okay, the reason that we don't want to see a lot of other steps, we just want to see them. We want to know what the resolution is from the Kurdistan-Baghdad meeting. We want to see them come out and tell us they're in agreement. And then we don't want to see a lot of other key things happening. We want the news to stay kind of quiet, as it has since Monday of last week. Okay, the only new steps that they've brought into the news was Monday of last week. They brought in the deletion of the zeros and the articles about the coins and using that information to educate the citizens. That's the only new information they brought into this. Okay, and I told you guys that type of information on educating the citizens, they can only do it at the end, roughly within about 30 days out from the rate change, because that they have to do that close to the rate change so that information stays fresh in their heads and in their minds. Okay, so exactly what we're sharing with you guys is happening and unfolding at 100% accuracy. So we're looking really good. You guys have a wonderful day, and God bless every single one of you.
A senior government delegation from Baghdad is visiting Erbil today. August 28, 2019 release date. August 28, 2019 12:01. Interior Minister Yassin al-Yassiri will head a high-level delegation from the federal government that is scheduled to visit Erbil today. A high-level delegation from the Interior Ministry will visit Erbil on Wednesday and will be headed by Minister Yassiri, Ahmed said. He added that will be discussed on the problems that still face our citizens with regard to the issue of civil status, pointing out that the delegation's visit, especially on the work of the two ministries only. Regarding another visit scheduled to be carried out by committees from the Kurdistan region to Baghdad, Ahmed pointed out that Erbil is waiting for Baghdad to prepare its committees in order to seriously talk about the outstanding contentious issues. The federal government is ready to receive us. Masroor Barzani in the first statement of its kind on the unity of Iraq. August 29, 2019 release date. August 29, 2019 17:12. Baghdad, the Prime Minister of the Kurdistan region, Masroor Barzani, that Iraq is one country from north to south. This came during a meeting with Interior Minister Yassin Taher al-Yassiri. On Thursday, the Prime Minister of the Kurdistan region Masroor Barzani in the latter's office in the province of Erbil. A statement from the Ministry of Interior, received, Euphrates News, a copy, that Yassiri conveyed the greetings of Prime Minister Adel Abdul Mahdi to the government and people of the Kurdistan region, wishing that security and peace prevail in all provinces of our beloved homeland. The Minister of Interior, this visit comes within the framework of expanding the horizons of cooperation and coordination between the governments of the center and the region, pointing to the importance of such visits in overcoming obstacles. For his part, the Prime Minister of the Kurdistan region welcomed the visit of the Minister of Interior and the delegation accompanying him, stressing his keenness to simplify procedures for all Iraqi citizens. Iraq is one country from north to south, Masroor Barzani said, adding that everyone is interested in preserving the integrity of its territory and achieving security and well-being for its people. The statement continued, Yassiri obtained the approval of the Prime Minister in the Kurdistan region to cancel the entry fee of the region of 10,000 dinars per person. Disclosure of a political deal within the parliament to resolve the file of education. These ministers will be excluded. August 29, 2019 16:45. Baghdad today. Baghdad revealed the coalition of the rule of law High Nassif, Thursday, August 29, 2019, the intention of political forces resolve the education portfolio candidate during the new legislative term, the House of Representatives. Nassif, in an interview with Baghdad Today, that the political forces in the construction coalition will agree to hold a process of exchange with Qamis Dagher to give him a ministry other than education, because there is a decision in the House of Representatives not to pass the Dagher candidates to the Ministry of Education. She pointed out that to break this decision, the solution is to have an exchange process between the Dagher and other blocs by taking education from the Dagher and give him another ministry. Noting that there are some ministers are covered by de-Baathification procedures, and others have files on corruption, so it is possible to dismiss them and bring others. The Council of Representatives voted on Thursday, June 27, 2019, not to give confidence to Zahid Abdullah Muhammad Al-Abidi, Minister of Education. Prior to that, Parliament voted in its 26th session held on Monday, June 24, on the Ministers of Defense, Interior and Justice, while refusing to give confidence to the candidate of the Arab project of the Ministry of Education, Safana Hamdani, and dismissed at the same session Shema Al-Haili as Minister of Education. An upcoming cabinet reshuffle and Sadr's leadership reveal a move to sack 5 ministers. August 29, 2019, 2:59. Baghdad, Reuters. A cabinet reshuffle is expected with the start of a new legislative term, a senior political source said on Thursday. As Sadr's leader revealed a move to sack 5 ministers, the source said in a press statement that there is a political agreement on a cabinet reshuffle, with the start of the new legislative chapter of the House of Representatives. Noting that the agreement was finally in principle between political leaders and leaders of political blocs. He added that the agreement was to make a first ministerial reshuffle, to be the change of ministers through the withdrawal of confidence, after questioning them in the House of Representatives. Adding that the agreement was to choose replacements for the dismissed ministers from within the ministry itself and the people of competence. The source said that talks are still going on despite the dominance of the crisis of recent attacks on the factions of the crowd on the political atmosphere in Baghdad. For his part, the leader of the Sadrist movement, the governor of Zamile, in a press statement, the existence of a first reshuffle will be with the beginning of the legislative chapter of the Iraqi Council of Representatives. Al-Zamili added that so far the government performance is poor, and did not provide anything clear to the citizens, and there are ministers that not do business as required. And there are ministers hovering on suspicion of corruption, and some of them face issues of integrity and other suspicions. He continued that there is a movement by the political blocs to question and dismiss a number of ministers, adding that there is a tendency to dismiss about 5 ministers, and this may be a reshuffle first, and there may be another amendment. On July 29, 2019, MP Hakeem Sadr al-Jabri revealed that 5 ministers are being questioned according to legal frameworks, stressing that these interrogations are far from extortion, targeting or attempting to put the stick in the wheel of the state.